trying to use mind control.
Ho, ho, ho. It's Christmas Eve. We're delivering Christmas home supply store supplies. Merry Christmas. See what traffic's like today in the congested areas. Oh boy. I don't think I mentioned, it's 72 degrees. It's Christmas Eve. I don't know why I'm wearing this vest. It's my look, I guess, because I don't need it. It's beautiful today. There's no clouds, the humidity's low, it's 72 degrees. It's Christmas Eve. I'm blessed. We are blessed to be living here. Yeah, you know, for a picturesque scene, snow is always fun, but you don't have to shovel not snow. Second favorite store ever. Somebody waited till the last minute, huh? Yeah, talk about last minute. Well, at least I can say they got it before Christmas. Might have been a good deal. The parking lot's tight, so I'm watching my backup. There we go. Yeah, these spots are way too small. It's that way over at the Lowe's too. I don't know if it's just to get in more parking places for meeting the code or what. But it's tight. They do have truck parking, but then it's around back. So most trucks are here because you got to pick up something big, and going all the way around the building with it's just not really that appealing. There's a lot of traffic coming off the island today. Boy, it's beautiful. How's that for pleasant temperatures and pleasant weather? And it's up to 73 now. Yeah, I think I'm going to lose this vest because it's going to get hot. When I stop the next time, I'll take it off. And this is a short delivery, so I'll still be in this area, which seems to be hot right now for pickups. All right, enough of that. It's 74 degrees now. I just made a short lamenting how my dog gets more views than me. How does my dorky dog get more views than me? Do I need to be furrier? Or dopier? Maybe I'm just not as cute. Should my feelings be hurt? People just love seeing Denny. She's cute. She's very docile. She's a big girl. But she wouldn't hurt anybody. The only time that she growls is if she hears a strange noise outside. But even when other dogs in the neighborhood are barking, she doesn't bark. Now, I think if somebody tried to come in the house, she would bark. She'd go and hide, but she'd bark. Our pug would probably be the one that would go after the intruder. I'll have to do a long-form video of Denny. Seems to be a popular request. Got some ideas. Maybe just her just having a good time playing in the yard. She's a happy dog. Yesterday, however, she ate one of our pumpkins. So we had decorative pumpkins that we put out on our front porch over Thanksgiving. And they're not rotten or anything. We brought them in. We're going to actually cook them and make pumpkin puree. But we had to move them off the table because my wife was making Chex Mix and needed a tabletop to let the Chex Mix cool after it comes out of the oven. So she cleared the pumpkins off the table and put them on the floor. Danny thought that the little pumpkins were a new toy and they were a ball. So she chewed one up until the guts came out of it. And that's what my wife came home to. It wasn't Denny's fault. He thought it was for her. She's got a whole basket of toys. She actually gets them out herself. We put them in her bucket and then we put her on the floor and she gets all her toys out. She picks the one she wants to play with. So she probably just thought it was something new. Guess he's back. Back again.
Shady's back. Tell a friend.
Pappy's back. Tell a friend. Guess he's back. Guess he's back. Guess he's back. Guess he's back. This is gonna be heavy. It doesn't look like it, but that's a piece of cement that's 24 by 24 by 1 inch thick. It's gonna be heavy. Ugh. All right, here we go. My time to shine. Well, I got it in there. Why don't people take their carts back in parking lots? Why not? It's just simple. You know, just put away your stuff when you're done. People are aggressive in that parking lot. When I was pulling in, there's a Taco Bell at the other end of the parking lot, and somebody was coming up to four-way stop in the parking lot. And traffic was moving a little slow, but it was still moving, and it was my turn to go. You know, somebody stops, one person goes, that person goes after that, car goes through, and then the next person, etc. You take turns. Well, this person apparently, maybe the Taco Bell was kicking in a little too soon. Mad at you. But they just darted right out in front of me. Like, I almost T-boned them at parking lot speeds. But, you know, so I hit the brake. But what is so damn important? And when I was leaving just now, there are stop signs in the parking lot. And this guy didn't even look, didn't even slow down. He just went right through the stop sign. And I was paying attention. I don't get it. It's got to be an entitled kind of thing. They probably button lines too. I've talked about that before. You know, they teach you in school how to wait in line, how not to cut in line, how to do it right. And the kids that always cut in line in school are probably the same ones that don't wait their turn in traffic. Just saying. See how far we got to go on this one. That's not too bad. Yeah, whoever got this order, if you're getting a 24 inch by 24 inch by 1 inch thick paver and deck screws, I'm thinking it's for your deck project. What do you think? It's heavy though. I've got a pile of these. You might have seen them in my other videos next to my smoker grill in my backyard on the pad. And because I'm going to extend the edge of that pad by 24 inches all the way down one side, so 10 feet. So I've got 5 of those pavers. I've had to move them twice. Now they haven't moved in a while because I'm going to do that project over the winter here. But the reason why I haven't moved them more than twice is because they're heavy. They're really heavy. I mean, it's solid cement, an inch thick, 24 by 24. I forget how much they weigh, but they're heavy. And I don't know what it did with my gloves. They're in here somewhere. But when you're tossing cement around like that, you should probably... You know, they're just confirming with me what the address is. So that's what I have. Okay, we're good. That's good. Communication's important. I just say, okay, thanks. Let him know I'm on my way. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who? I've got to fix the slider rails on my hand truck. They snap on, and when they were brand new, there was not a problem with that. But over time, those hard rubberized sliders get a little loose, and so they pop off. Probably just use zip ties. That'll keep them on there. When you wanna cook out and you find you ain't got propane. Propane. It's all gone, it's all gone, it's all gone. propane. My previous life as a firefighter, got to see a lot of interesting videos of those things when they explode. You really don't want to be anywhere near those things, especially the front or the back, because when they do explode in the middle, they shoot like a torpedo in opposite directions. And as you can imagine, that's pretty devastating to whatever's in front of them. The biggest one that I've ever seen explode on an incident that I've been at are the 100-pound tanks that people have at their house. There was an industrial warehouse and had those in it because they were using them as a cutting torch with oxygen. And it heated up and the valve blew off the top and it was off-gassing. And fire was blowing straight up. Now, it didn't explode, so it was venting like it should, or like you'd hope. But I wouldn't have want to seen that thing if it did. We let it vent as it burned off and just kept. There's also been incidents where the little cylinders, like the kind you get for your gas grill, where they were, again, house fires or garage fires, they do explode. They make a mess, and you wouldn't want to be next to one. They can absolutely destroy everything around them. When they do go off, the littler ones, it's usually because the valve blows out of the top of them, and then that catches on fire, and it acts like a propellant, so that thing will shoot all over the place. The reason why the 100-pound tank didn't shoot all over the place, when I was describing, is because when the valve blew, the tank was standing up, and it blew straight up. So the force was pushing down on the cement where it was already standing. So it was just like, the perfect circumstances for it not to get any sideways influence, and it just stayed standing. And never mind me, Honda Odyssey. There wasn't enough room for you to squeak in there, but you did it anyway. And you got one car length ahead. So I've got to go back out shopping later for some stocking stuffers. Kind of gauging the traffic when I'm going to take a break. Do that. Just some little things. So I just dropped off that slab of cement and those deck screws to a guy in a middle-class neighborhood. It wasn't over the top. It was nice. I roll up to this house, and it's got the nicest grass on the block. I mean, everything else here in the South right now is brown. His grass was green. I'm so jealous. So I'm thinking, how do I make my grass look like that, number one? But second, I was following the instructions they had left me. They basically said, put it next to the planter, next to the garage. So I was getting prepared to do that, and this guy comes out of the garage. He goes, hey, can you take that around back for me? I'm like, yeah, I can put it anywhere you want. I have a hand truck. I'll just haul it around back. He goes, well, is it heavy? I'm like, yeah, but that's why I have a hand truck. So I go around the side of the house. He walks through the house. I go around the side of the house. And out behind his house, he's got this nice pad set up, multi-parts. He's got an octagonal one on the corner. He's got a nice big square pad where he has a charcoal grill and an elevated cooler, and he's built all these cedar things around them. He's got a fire pit in the center of the octagon thing with a seating area. Just watching for traffic because I got to make a U-turn on people. Because I just picked up another one to pick up some groceries for somebody. Really nice setup he's got out back. And so he's talking to me, and he's walking with a limp. He tells me that he's got a bad back. And all this was a result. Oh, and he's only got one eye that works. And all this is a result of him getting a really bad infection as a result of pneumonia. And he went into a coma for 30 days. Now he's telling me all this as I'm just bringing this thing around back and asking him where he wants it. And he said while he was in a coma, while in the hospital, he contracted MRSA in the hospital. And so they weren't quite sure he was going to make it, he said. And he had two working eyes when he went into his coma. And because of what it does, these two symptoms, or these two infections next to each other, had severely compromised his nervous system and blood flow. So he ended up with back damage, the muscles in his back, and he lost his eye. he said, and he woke up in the hospital, and he's just thankful every day that he's still walking around, even if he's limping. And he was just as happy as anything. He was telling me all about how he built all this stuff from cedar, and that the reason why he wanted this 24 by 24 by 1 inch piece of cement was because he's going to set an outdoor pizza oven on it, a little bitty pizza oven, because they did have a fake plastic looking paver. And he said, you think that would catch on fire? I'm like, yeah, it probably would. It's plastic. So he said, can you set that up here on this raised cedar platform for me? I'm like, yeah, I'll pick it up there for you. And it fit perfect, so the guy's measurements were right on. And then I asked him, and he lit up when I asked him this. I said, how is your lawn green? It's December. And he went on to tell me how he overseeds it every autumn with winter rye. And it's caterpillar grass, which is a kind of grass down here in the south that grows like on a vine along the ground. And it'll take root on the knuckles of the vines, and it'll grow up another stalk. It grows very quickly. It's pretty hardy. But that's not what overwinters, because it turns brown. The ryegrass, it is as green as a lawn is, a perfectly manicured lawn in the summer. I wish I got a picture of it. But it was perfect. And he was beaming to tell me about how he does this in the winter. So I'm going to do that next year. So, not that anybody was watching us because we're in this guy's backyard, but, he discreetly puts a tip in the palm of my hand and wishes me a Merry Christmas, and I wished him the same. So once in a while, you can still come across some pretty good people. And all you got to do is be nice. And I didn't expect a tip. I don't hardly get a tip on anything. People just pay the fee in the app and think that you're making that entire amount of money. So I don't expect it. But he did. I'm sure he'll have the merriest of Christmases. If they're making pizza for Christmas in that new pizza oven, it's going to be awesome. All right, I'm on my way to an Aldi where you have to buy your grocery bags or put everything in boxes that you bring with you or take out of their box spot, which is what I'll be doing. Oh, and you got to pay 25 cents to rent the cart. So I always have quarters in my pocket. So I'm pushing a cart along, and I put it at the end of an aisle so that I could go find something. And somebody was so lazy, they didn't want to take their cheese back that they purchased or that they had in their cart. They put it in my cart and just walked away. Who does that? That's the height of laziness. So I thought that shop and deliver was going to be kind of high maintenance. It was a little more difficult because they were really specific about some of the stuff they wanted. Like, if you have to substitute, don't go any higher on price. And there's not any real way of knowing if something's higher on price if it's not marked correctly. And I don't know what price they got online, so I don't know. But I had to go back and forth with the person a couple of times and text through the app to say, well, what you want is not available, but this one is. Store brand okay because the name brand is out. That store was cleaned out of shredded cheese, all kinds of shredded cheese, no name brand at all. They were just out. I don't know what people are making this time. Maybe it's a mac and cheese casserole thing, which is delicious, so that makes sense. There's a couple of things that they absolutely didn't have. I had employees going looking for it too. They didn't have it, and it was a long run too. It was longer than I probably should have taken, but it's not a lot of traffic. It's a long straight road. That alone, I guess, is worth the mental stability of not fighting traffic on Christmas Eve. Oh, and I didn't notice it, and then the person came to the door as I left, and she said it was stuck to the door, but she called out my name as I was getting back in my vehicle, and she says, "Hey, you forgot this," and she handed me an envelope. Merry Christmas. I mean, even if it's only a couple of bucks, that's nice. She even put a little envelope for me. Again, I never expect tips at all. And the apps that I use, the there's an option for them to pre-tip you. I don't know how comfortable I am with that anyway, because if I'm the consumer, I'm not going to give a pre-tip until I know what kind of job they did. But the reason why people do pre-tip in these apps is because a lot of the people that pick up the runs are less likely to take it if monetarily it doesn't make sense. And the way that they make it monetarily worth it to you is if the run itself, say, pays just for easy calculation purposes, if the run pays the driver $10 to go 5 miles, that's not too bad. But if somebody pre-tips $5 and it looks like $15 for 5 miles, people are like me are a lot more likely to scramble for it because it's more dollars for less miles. Keep in mind that a lot of these, you also have to shop for that stuff before you drive those miles. So if you're thinking minimum wage, you would have to be able to get all the shopping done and it delivered in under an hour to even hit minimum wage. But your goal is to do better than that on every run. Anyway, that was nice. Getting a tip like that. I'm going to take one last run that I already accepted. And then I'm going to make one last stop at the store for some stocking stuffers. And then I'm going home. Got a ways to go. 35 miles to my pickup. Because I'm pretty far outside of town again. Long, straight, flat roads. And very little traffic. It's a blessing. It's a Christmas miracle. So I thought it'd be a good idea for this last run to pick up some mishandled luggage and deliver it to the person who took their flight and didn't get their luggage. Because when it shows up later, the airline hires people like me to take it to them. The problem is, there's no parking for people like me in a designated area, so you have to park on the outlots, walk all the way in, find the luggage, and then walk it all the way back out to your vehicle. I mean, you know, thank goodness for wheels and everything, but I'm getting my steps in. Goodness. Oh, I should have took the hard surface over to that other side. Oh well. Looks like I gotta four-wheel it. And I'm not wearing my glasses because I'm stomping hard and they keep sliding down my nose. Curb. Good thing this luggage has four-wheel drive. Whew. Now, I'm pretty sure I remember where I parked. I mean, look at it out here. It goes on for miles. This isn't even a big airport. The guy at the entrance said the lot's full in the deck, so I'd have to try my luck out here. I think I've walked into a new area code. Huh.